Welcome back to another exciting episode of Vocabulary Builder, the podcast that helps you elevate your language skills one word at a time. I'm your host, Miley. Today we have a very special guest with us, Ria Tolson, a language enthusiast and expert. Welcome, Ria.
Hi, Miley. Thanks for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
We're so glad to have you, Ria. Today our topic of discussion will be alternative words to use in citations. Now, citations are an integral part of any research or academic paper, but sometimes repeating the same word over and over can make it sound monotonous. That's where alternative words come in. Ria, can you explain why using alternative words in citations is important?
Absolutely, Miley. Using alternative words in citations serves two purposes. Firstly, it helps to avoid repetition and keeps your writing fresh and engaging. Secondly, it demonstrates a broader understanding of vocabulary and showcases your language skills. It shows that you have a diverse lexicon at your disposal.
That's fascinating, Ria. So let's dive into some examples. Could you give us a few alternative words for commonly used citation phrases and explain their meanings?
Of course. Let's start with the phrase according to. While it is commonly used, you can mix things up by using as stated by, in the words of, or even per to indicate the source you are referencing. For example, instead of saying according to the study, you could say as stated by the study or in the words of the research. These alternatives add a touch of variety to your writing.
I love those alternatives, Ria. They definitely add flair to the citations. What about the phrase explained by? Are there any alternatives we can use there?
Absolutely, Miley. Instead of using explained by, you can interchange it with elaborated on, explicated, or even clarified by. For instance, instead of saying the theory was explained by the author, you could say the theory was elaborated on by the author, or the author clarified the theory.
Those are excellent alternatives, Ria. It's amazing how a simple change in word choice can bring a whole new dimension to the citation. Are there any other commonly used citation phrases that we can substitute with alternative words?
Certainly. Another commonly used phrase is provides evidence. Instead of repeating this phrase throughout your writing, you can switch it up with alternatives such as offers proof, presents substantiation, or gives supporting documentation. For instance, instead of saying the study provides evidence, you could say the study offers proof, or the study presents substantiation.
Wow, Ria. These alternatives are not only helpful, but also refreshing. I can already imagine how they can make citations more captivating. Do you have any final words of advice for our listeners before we wrap up?
Absolutely, Miley. My final advice would be to experiment with different word choices and keep a thesaurus handy. Building a strong vocabulary is an ongoing process, but by incorporating these alternative words into your citations, you'll enhance your writing and impress your readers. So, don't be afraid to get creative and explore different options.
Fantastic advice, Ria. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your insights on alternative words to use in citations. It has been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you, Miley. It was a pleasure being here and discussing this important topic with you.
And that brings us to the end of another episode of Vocabulary Builder. We hope you've enjoyed our discussion on alternative words to use in citations. Remember, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next one.